What's good, everybody? Mad Professor here, trying something new. My mom got me this shirt. I don't necessarily think it's true or anything, but it's pretty cool. Um, so I've got my PS4 controller here set up. Got a little green screen set up now at home instead of that little office space you've seen me in before. Um, these are the crutches in front of the green screen. And the color's been kind of weird to key in, but I got it as good as I could. Sometimes I don't know if my hand is green or if it's the lighting in here or what, but this is us. So I'm gonna see if this is gonna work. Using Steam to operate the PS4 controller. Looks like it's picking up on that blue light and registering some of it as green. It's kind of greenish. So let's see how this works. I might have to reactivate Minecraft audio. Hopefully it's good. Options, music. Uh-oh, I don't hear anything. No, I don't like that. I want to hear. Well, that's okay. We're just gonna be mostly silent then, I guess. Because this isn't working, the audio side. But, oh, well, it's saying that you can hear it, but for some reason I can't hear it. So let me try to switch. Test this. Maybe this will work. Disable. Okay, instead of being plugged into the PS4 headset, I'm going to see if it changes it if I'm plugged into my computer audio jack. Enable. Phone. Disable. Okay. Two-player. It's not showing up. Okay. Hello, hello. Okay, well, I think we're just gonna have to stick with that then. So I won't hear any audio. You guys might hear some of the game audio, but I'm just gonna focus on doing a visual tour of our new map. So last night I spent some time creating a new map for Mindfair Seattle. I'm doing a presentation on the 18th and 19th in Seattle at Mindfair on the magical power of the lectern. Let's see, what is my workshop title? Magical power of the lectern for crafting the city of your dreams. See, I wrote it down. Woo! Oh, you can see it. Okay. So let's see. I'm going to try one more time to fix this audio, and then I'm going to give up on it if I can't. Playback devices, speakers, disable, headset, earphone 2, wireless controller, enable, and then levels. Yeah, I can't hear it, so that's okay. Alright, we're going to just go into the world now and see what this is looking like. So I uploaded it to our 1.14 server, Java. There's the address if you want to join. And we're still using BDcraft from bdcraft.net, the resource pack. And here we go. My controller might be, the configuration might be messed up. I'm using it because, okay. Oh wow, it's really sensitive. Okay. Okay, circle throws stuff. Huh. How do I fly? Game. No. Uh-oh. I have to opt myself, so I have to go on the internet and opt myself. So I'm going to go on the internet right now and make myself a server operator. And see if we can do this. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to actually hide this window because y'all don't need to see my acclays.net login. You've probably seen it before though, if you watch a bunch, which nobody does, so don't worry about that. Okay, where's this Google thing? Well, I'll just delete it. Yes, I want to delete that window. Okay, log in, command center, type in my email, type in my password, and then I'm going to go manage, and in the console I'm going to write OP for operator Jeruvial. Made Jeruvial a server operator. There we go. Now I can do F11 and you'll see the game mode thing that I typed switched. So probably I couldn't fly because I'm not opt. But what did I make jump on here? Oh, I made it R1. That's funny. That's right. I tried to optimize the controls in my own kind of way. Can I invert? I'm going to invert the axis here. Controls, mouse settings, invert mouse. I think that'll do it. Yay, it's inverted now. Okay, so let's replace those blocks. Press F3. So this spawn point, so this map, if you go to my blog, or one of my many blogs, at m4dpr0f.wordpress.com, if you go there, you'll see some background on this map. Rather than talking too much about it, I'm going to say defer to that and say you can go check it out. But it's basically most of the southern Salish Sea, so the Puget Sound area around Seattle, Washington. And I made it in World Painter using open topography data from, I think it's opentopography.org. And it spawns structures automatically. I checked that option. So it's rather convenient that the location where the convention center is, I'm pretty sure this is Freeway Park. I think that's why the topography picked this up. And it's just a little bit elevated above street level. So somewhere over here would be like the entrance to the convention center on one of the main streets. And this would be Freeway Park. Although I'm not exactly sure how the LiDAR and radar and all that stuff works, so it's not my area of expertise. I just followed a tutorial, mainly from Wizard Keen, on how to do this stuff, and then started adding other techniques to develop it further. So I'm just going to kind of explore the landscape. I layered it so swamp is the lowest, because the idea is that with a certain amount of climate chaos, you get a lot more swamp. The water level is only at 33, so the water's pretty shallow because we're in the Sound. We're not out in the ocean. There's not really any ocean in our area, and I also needed to include room for the peaks. So we have the Cascades to the east and the Olympics to the west. So I have a good portion of the Olympic Peninsula, and this kind of just a small sliver of the Cascades. I think I'm heading toward the Cascades right now. Oh, and I wish I would have this render distance higher. Let me see. Okay, it's high here, but it's not high on the server end, so let's try to fix that. Files, server properties. Let's try to find the render distance. What is it? View distance, maybe? View distance equals 10. I'm going to try to turn that up to 24 and see what happens. I might have to restart the server. Okay, so I saved that in the server properties. It's been saved. Okay, I'm just going to hit restart on my command center here. And hopefully with 4 gigs of memory dedicated, that'll be enough to have a decent view distance. Oh no, you can see my, okay, see that window there, but that's fine. You didn't catch any sensitive information, but you did hopefully see how I did that. Okay, so now I'll hit back to server list, refresh. Okay, so this is our new 1.14 server, and it looks like the render distance did update a little bit, or maybe not. Oh, that's right, I haven't really explored this much, so that might be another part of this, is the chunks need to be explored, and then in the future I think they might render better. But you know what? Here, I will show you. I know it's probably a good idea to show you this before getting into it, since I don't really want you to stop watching the stream and go look at my blog. I want you to watch the stream while I'm streaming, and you can go look at my blog later. Okay, so okay. And then Minecraft, we're gonna just invisibilize for a second. Okay, so if you go check this out. So I only have a few posts on here. This is my new Mad Professor blog. Arrest the Ark Among the Chickens. That's from my History from Below class. So is this Ketch Rebellion stuff. What's going on with Cody? That kind of explains why I'm in a cast and a boot and what's going on. Or a walking cast, I should say. Got a few weeks left on that about. Okay, so this is the map. So this right here, let's see, is it showing my mouse pointer? Yeah, it is. No, it's not. Okay. Well, you get the idea. On the right side is the Cascades. The left side is the Olympics. In the middle is the Puget Sound and a bunch of islands and stuff, but you'll notice they're much more submerged than usual if you know this region. So the convention center is about on the spawn point is the convention center, and it's not too far from Mercer Island. So if you scroll down here, so there's a bunch of stuff here I highly recommend folks check out this link. So check out Mindfair Seattle. Check out all these links on the blog. Definitely sign up for the summer camp. We're looking for game masters, and we're also looking for students. So students should be ages 11 to 18. We're looking for additional game masters and facilitators. So I'll be the primary director and facilitator. But I'm looking for an additional 2 to 3 game masters per cohort. And these are the dates for the cohort. So check that out when you get a chance. You open this up and there's a longer schedule. This will show you this stuff. I need to update some stuff here. Actually, we have this. See, that should change. I need to update this because we got a registration. Woo! 14. Okay, so that's ticking down. So go register now. It's the time. It's going to be legit. Okay. Check out Mindfair Seattle. Like I said, I'll be there giving this workshop. Here in this Google Drive folder is where you can download the map and upload it on your own single player setting, or feel free to use this on your own servers if you want. I don't care. It's meant to be shared. It's an open gift to everybody. Oh, you know what? While I have this open, I'm going to upload the World Painter file. So this folder has some of the screenshots of the process, most of the same photos that are in the blog. But I'm going to go ahead and move the World Painter file. Let's see. Because that will make it so that people who want to modify it further in World Painter, which is a great program, they can do that easily. I like to be as open source as I can. See, Northwest Mindfair map final. Let's see, that was modified 5:46 a.m. It says that's not the real time, but this was 5:32. Okay, so I want this one, the final. Alright, so I'm uploading that file there now as well. So the Northwest Mindfair map final .world. So it's .world is the file extension for World Painter. And if you don't know, worldpainter.net, that's where you go to get this software. It's free. It's totally amazing. I highly recommend it. Blah, blah, blah. But to get to the bottom of this, here's the screenshot. This is the starter chest where you have a lectern is the key object. That second row from the top on the left, that's the lectern. We might get into that in this session, or I might just show you the landscape. But that's going to be part of the main part of the workshop, is showing you how to create and power a city with the lectern. It's a new object, and this is this island. It's better to just go to the main UW website. So check that out when you get a chance if you want to know. So this is like kind of embellished global warming, sea level rise stuff. Like it's not likely that it's going to be that high that quick. It says one estimate says roughly 5,000 years, but it can get that high. So this is kind of meant to be immersive role play in that. So that's enough of the interwebs. Now I'm just going to get back to the game. Oh, I better undisguise my Minecraft. Okay, so now I'm just going to be flying around looking at stuff. Let's take a look. So you'll notice there's a bunch of slimes. And that's because, I've heard that there's going to be a lot more jellyfish and slime type stuff with more climate change as it's happening, ocean acidification. So I made the swamps, a lot of swamps at the lower altitude. And then in order to get more diverse forests, you have to go higher in altitude. I don't know how accurate that is, but how the tools work on the world painter. If you want a very biodiverse world with multiple different kinds of biomes, the easiest way is to layer by altitude to create all of the different stuff. So I'm trying to search out some mountains now. Let's see, I could teleport to the Olympics because I know generally what the coordinates would be. But let's just kind of explore so we get a sense of how vast the space is here. Actually here, let's start. I will teleport. I'm going to go to 0, 0, which is where Victoria, BC would be. Around there. So TP set 0 80 0. So this is the very corner, so we're probably going to see large seawalls because our world is kind of sunken compared to the normal. So hang on just a second. You'll start generating 1.14 terrain default status. But if you're not in the edge of it, you'll experience the custom map that I created last night. So this is all the terrain from opentopography.org. So let's see, if that's the corner, we see there's a corner here. So if we follow this wall this way, we should eventually run into the Olympics. So let's do that. I'll leave this annoying bit of text up so we can keep track on the XYZ here what the coordinates are of everything we're seeing. Then this can be used as a reference later to find stuff. It's kind of cool. I know some people might think this is like really weird and sloppy, but I'm okay with it. I think it's cool. And then we do actually have our sea terrain. So this is at 28, it looks like here. So that's all according to the topography. This is actually the topography of the ocean, or the sea, or sounds, or the Strait of Juan de Fuca. That kind of stuff is all on this map. So this is kind of what we're experiencing right now. And again, if you've watched before, you know I mostly use BD Craft resource pack, so that's why it doesn't just look like vanilla Minecraft. That's why it looks, in my opinion, a little cooler, or significantly cooler. Makes it look all comic book style. Let's see. We got a ways to go, so I'm just gonna kind of cruise along here because this is all just open water. Once I hit the edge of the water, okay, so this should be the beginning of the Olympic Peninsula. Looks like that's around 1300 on the Z coordinates. So we should start getting some altitude gain here. Yep, okay. And as we gain in altitude, we should get different types of trees. Okay, look, we started getting some birch trees, some oak trees. Cool. Oh wow. Looks like there's some stuff over here. This is the other side of the Olympics, huh? So this actually, in real life, the Olympic Peninsula is much larger than what's included in here, so it's cut off because I wanted a manageable map size. I wanted some of the topography, but obviously didn't have enough space for all of it. I can't tell you what the scaling is. I haven't done the math yet to find out what the scale is. But we get some interesting features here when worlds collide. and then I added jungle. So it goes swamp, and then deciduous forest, and then jungle, and then pine. I wanted every kind of forest, but we don't have any bamboo jungle biomes in this map because World Painter only creates worlds in up to version 1.12. So there's no bamboo jungle biomes. We'll have to manually install those if we are to have them. Wow, this looks kind of cool. I gotta fix my unbeatable shit here. You're supposed to be able to read it. No, I'm just kidding. It's not a big deal. Really. Oh, wow. What's this going on here? We got an ice biome here. Okay. See, I wanted some jungle because it's not like we have jungle in the northwest, but with the rainforest, it's certainly closer to jungle than it is to a pine forest. And I just love the jungle biome, so my map had to have jungle. And it's possible that with the whole global warming thing, I've heard that the Bay Area, the San Francisco Bay Area, is going to be more like LA, and Seattle is going to be more like the Bay Area. So I'm wondering with that warming condition if the rainforest of the Olympic might become something closer to like the Amazon or something like that. I wonder. I'm not a climate scientist, so this is all just random ponderings. I really have no idea. So let's see what this looks like on the ground if you were just to get dropped in this jungle somewhere. It's super thick. So let's see. Wow, yeah, you have to do like intense bushwhacking to get around anywhere in here. The good news is there's lots of what invader pioneer type people would call timber resources. Okay, so then we get up to the alpine. So then above jungle you start to get pine and you get some frost layers. But this isn't it looks like we have very little pine because there's only a few peaks that get up to the top altitude. So it looks like a lot of the mountains are going to be jungle. I'm okay with that. And of course, because it's nowhere near to scale, it does this weird thing where you get giant trees on top of small hills. Okay, it's down on my D-pad that controls that, apparently. So yeah, at some point, it starts to create mossy cobblestone. It looks like this is just rock. Might consider changing the layering. But anyways, I think it looks like a fun map to play and start building on. Decide how you're gonna... So, I guess it would be like a race of giants in the future. And we'd have to calculate how big the people must be given the scale. So at some point I'll calculate what the scaling of the map is, and then we can figure out how tall a 2-meter person of the regular Minecraft world is now in this world relative to the land scale. And then we can do some storytelling around that, around this race of giant people that's inhabiting a future where the Earth has reclaimed the region. I'm kind of hungry. I don't know how much longer I'm going to do this for. I'm going to need to eat some real life food. So see, now we're back down to 35. We get some swamp. So that means the grand majority of this map is swamp. So different types of wood will be rare. But that also means that people can try doing some, let's see, if you really know your Northwest geography, you would know exactly what this place is. Maybe. You'd have to really know it though. But you can identify features like this. And actually you'd have to really, really know it because of the flooding. Because there wouldn't actually normally be water here, I think. Yeah. So there's dirt. That's why a lot of this has dirt and not sand under the water. Let's see, how big is this expanse of water? Oh look, it's a dolphin. We have dolphins, yay! Well, it's a good thing the ocean is doing well, or the sound. It's got a trident. What's up, dude? How you doing? Ooh, wow, I'm really hungry. Okay, I'm gonna explore for maybe another 5 minutes and then I'm gonna get some food. Let's see. Let me pull up my Mad Professor channel here. So if you're watching on twitch.tv madprof, I'll see if you're on, anybody's watching. Seems pretty unlikely, but just in case there's anybody on the chat, I'll check it out. Twitch. Okay, the sun's coming up, so let's see. Rises in the east, sets in the west, so we're heading east right now. So it was just sunrise. So now we should be heading back toward Seattle area from the Olympics. So we're heading toward the Cascade side of the map. And if we keep going straight in this direction, we'll soon hit land. We should come across some islands along the way. I don't know how much of this rendering stuff is my computer and how much of it is the server. I'm really hoping to get some increased funding to upgrade the server and to get myself a better microphone setup and some lighting and all that kind of stuff. So if you are watching, you know, consider hitting that donate button. Of course, it's hard to prioritize that stuff when I have rent and babies and stuff. So if you do donate that's specifically for equipment and you want me to use it for equipment and you're not allowing me to use it to, like, you know, pay rent for my babies or something, which would be kind of rude. Make sure you specify how you want the donation used, if it's supposed to go to equipment or if it's general use, because otherwise I'm likely to prioritize other things and not upgrade my equipment. Fishies. Oh, where was the sun? I think that's still where it was rising. Let's see, if I go like this, it'll show me. Okay, so apparently the red line points to the east then, on that little axis thing. I've never paid much attention to what X, Y, and Z are, what's east, west, north, south. But if I'm going toward the red, which is east, and my X is gaining, and that means a gain in X equals eastward travel. And then let's see, if I'm going east, that means to the left is north. So that's a drop in Z. So negative Z is north and positive Z is south, I think. Dang, this is a really, that's right, it's a really big map. So it's 28,888 by like 26,000 something or something like that. So right now we're at an X of 4,400. Oh, here's some land. So this could be, I don't know what this is. It could be Bainbridge Island. It could be Vashon Island. Could be, oh gosh, what's that place called? Oh, it's pretty small, but this isn't to scale, so I'm not sure. Oh, cool. I'll collect these mushrooms. Why not? Oh, wait. Toward the red. East. Let's keep going east. Alright. I said 5 minutes, but I'm going to try to make it to the Cascades. So I think the more time spent in these regions will make it so that they're not, all these black squares aren't such an issue. But I'm not sure. Okay, 5,000. So that means we got 5 times as long to go. Let's see. I'm gonna just speed things up because I have to go eat. So I'm gonna do TP 20. Ooh, what's that? Did we make it to Seattle yet? No, probably not. Seattle's got to be a lot closer to 20,000. This is another one of the islands. So what this will look like probably is people claiming these different islands as we play, and coming up with their own, creating their own townships on each island, and your town needs to be governed and created, basically powered by a lectern. So the lectern allows you to power objects with books. Allows you to it makes it so that books become a source of redstone power. It's pretty cool. So it's hashtag knowledge is power, wisdom is key, is the theme of the summer camp. And because everything's all swampy here to begin with, but you get a starter kit of a bunch of different types of trees. People can start to try to plant different types of trees and make some of these swamp areas a little bit more biodiverse. Although I shouldn't say that, because swamps are really biodiverse, and another a synonym for swamp is wetland. So I shouldn't say that the goal of the map is to convert the swamps to something else, because this what this map could represent is the wetlands returning to the northwest. So through invasion, colonization, and development over the past centuries, really only 200 years, less than that even, of Washington State, so many of the wetlands have been just totally destroyed. So this is kind of a reclamation of the wetlands. Look at that, it's a lily pad. I didn't know there was lily pads. This is kind of cool. I really like this. You know what? This reminds me of... Here, maybe I should get in a canoe. Or not a canoe, I don't have a canoe. But I was going to say, it reminds me of the canoes at University of Washington. You can rent a canoe at the Arboretum. So anybody who's in town for Mine Fair, I highly recommend going to University of Washington, to the Arboretum, and you can rent a canoe with a student ID. You used to be able to rent them for $5 an hour. I don't know if the rate's gone up at all. The public rate isn't too expensive either. I don't know exactly what it is, but I imagine like $10 an hour, $7 or $8 an hour. You can rent a canoe, and you can go around in places that are kind of similar to this. Honestly, there's some grass patches and reeds and stuff too. It's really cool. I was gonna get in a boat, but I want to show you the Cascades, or I want to show me the Cascades. I'm talking about showing you as though there's a you there. I don't even know if anybody's even watching. I'm mostly doing this for myself. Okay, so this is probably not quite the Cascades. This is got to be the topography of one of the islands, because some of the islands have some hills and not quite mountains, but some significant hills. Okay, so it just barely starts to get into the deciduous forest. So there's a lot of wood timber resources on this map. And of course I say resources kind of critically, because there's a Cherokee author by the name of Jeff Corntassel who writes a lot about peoplehood and what it means to be a people, and indigenous politics. But he has this really great piece that talks about how resources are actually our relations. And, you know, of course it's not unique just to Jeff Corntassel. Lots of Native folks think this way, and I don't think he claims to be the unique author of this idea. That's the whole point, is that when we use the word resources to talk about our relations, such as the tree people, it takes away from them. So rather than talking about these timber resources, which basically objectifies our tree people family and makes it so we can just kind of kill them and disregard them, and not even use our ability to listen to them and seek wisdom from them, that causes major damage to our relations, and we need to be aware of that and not perpetrate that. Oh, you know what? This map is not the one that's 28,000 big. I was trying to make one that was that big, and I gave up because it was just too much. I need a bigger computer, and it's a lot to explore. You don't necessarily need that much. This is a little bit more manageable. I think it's around 10,000, 12,000. So this is the Cascades then. I'm in the new Cascades of the future that are all jungled up. So what happens when I'm down here? So yeah, people are gonna create new trails and stuff as we do this. Because look, you go down here and it's really something else. You're in under a major canopy. You can barely walk. I really like this super thick forest. It's pretty awesome. So this reminds me of Mayday. How old school Beltane Mayday comes from forest peoples of Europe at a time when Europe used to be just one giant forest. So I really invite people to come and play on this server. Help create you can come and create your own city of your dreams on here and have it be a multiplayer experience. You can your city of your dreams can interface with other people's cities of their dreams. And it'll be pretty cool. Now there is a certain amount too that I would like to do. Start identifying different sites on this map to say whose traditional territory it is. So which indigenous nation or original people or First Nation, whatever language you prefer. Because right now it's just a big blank deforested map, or reforested map I should say, of the Northwest. Or Coast Salish territories, or broader Southern Salish Sea. I don't know. I'm not sure if the whole thing counts as Coast Salish territories, or which parts of the Cascades are considered other peoples. These are kinds of questions that I have. I'm not too sure about the different territories there. But I do know that it would be cool to actually identify, even though this is like a fictional land and it's something in the future, I would like to know and start to add signage to different areas. Like we can add signage, maybe build the Duwamish Longhouse where the Duwamish Longhouse is in real life in West Seattle. Maybe I'll reach out to them and see if they want some kind of representation there like that. That would be cool if they do. Wow, there's so much forest. I love this. Okay, let's see if we can get to the edge, and then I'll go and take a food break. And maybe I'll come back in a little bit. Maybe I won't. It depends. Right now, folks are out with the babies, so that's cool. I've got a minute to mess around with this and show you. Please come through my workshop though. It's gonna be legit. Or just join on the server and play here. Right now the player population limit is set to 20, but I can change that, and we do have the server resources to go above that, so we can have more than 20 people at a time if we want. Right now I'll leave it kind of low because nobody's joining, but if more people do join, I'll dedicate more resources to be able to house a greater player population. And you know, the sky's the limit. We can potentially have thousands of people on this map at the same time, and as we extend out, okay, there it is. That's the edge. So this is the edge of our Cascades end of the map. So we've seen the Victoria, BC area, which is Lekwungen territory. And we've seen the Cascades Edge. Oh, okay, I see. That's what that blue line on the map was. It created like a little swampy border between the edge of our map and the newly generated territory. So that's cool. So this can be its own kind of thing. We'll have to tell the story of what the heck this valley is. Maybe this can be an interchange place. We can build, I don't know what we can build here. We could build a lot. Oh, by the way, there's a lot of emerald and quartz here. If you look at the screenshots on that blog post, you'll notice that I bumped emerald and quartz up to 10%. Quartz because there's actually a lot of quartz in the region, and emerald because Seattle's called the Emerald City. So I wanted to represent that way by making sure there was lots of emerald available. So there you have it, folks. This is Mad Professor showing you the Southern Salish Sea map that I created for Mindfair Seattle, and we'll just end on a peak up here. So where I end here, you know what, I better build myself a little cabin. So I'm going to end up in some random place, and I'll actually, maybe not a cabin, maybe a tree house. I won't build it right now because I need to eat, but I'll find a good tree to sit on top of, and the next time I log in, I'll start building a tree house here. Let's see, where do I want to be? I think this little patch of jungle looks like a good place for me to live. Jeruvial, the earth dragon of the server. Oh look, it's a kitty cat. It's an ocelot. Hi ocelot, you're so cute. Okay, so this looks like a good place. Okay, so what I can do is I'll scope the coordinates here. So it's 96, around 9600, 500. And the altitude is 170 at the top of these trees, up to 180. Okay, I'm going to get on top of these trees, they look like the biggest. And then what I can do is with that World Painter file that I uploaded into the folder that you have access to as well by clicking the link on the blog, or just going tinyurl.com/agilemindfair, all lowercase. That'll bring you up to bring this map up for you. You can, if you download that World Northwest map, Mindfair map final.world, download that file and also install Minecraft World Painter, that website that I showed earlier in the video. If you download that and then open the .world file, anywhere you mouse over, if you just mouse over any location on the, while you have World Painter open, it'll tell you the coordinates. So you could find out where this area is in the greater scheme of things, and then compare that to Google Maps. Like pull up the same region on Google Maps, and then you could find out what mountain this jungle is that I'm going to be living on. So that's going to be my next step, so I can start to learn about the actual area that inspired this place in the game. So I'm going to go ahead and disconnect. Bada bing, bada boom. Oh no! I got rid of myself on the camera, so you couldn't see me this whole time. That's so sad. Maybe it's not that sad. It's probably better that way. Anyways, so signing out. Just remember what? Unbeatable. Can't, no, I'm not good at that kind of stuff. But I thought I should do that since I'm wearing the shirt. So, alright. Deuces. I'll see you later. Come through the workshop if you're in Seattle.